Hey guys, it's Megan here. If you're turning on this video and you're looking at my face right now and you're like, oh my God, is Megan sick? Is she ill? Like, do we need to be worried? No, I just don't have makeup on. And that's usually what most women get when they don't wear makeup. Everyone's like, oh my God, are you tired? Like, you look so tired today. Now, I just didn't do my face. And the reason I didn't do my face is because today I'm gonna talk a little bit about my skin. And I wanna preface this with, I am not a makeup guru. I am not a skin guru. I'm just a 30-something-year-old lady who has tried things and things have worked and things have not worked, but also noticed some things about her skin in her 30s that I would like to see improved, basically. So I figured we couldn't really start a video on that unless you got to see my skin up close and personal with no makeup. So the reason I'm doing this video is because when I crossed over into 10,000 subscribers, you kind of cross into this genre where companies will start to reach out to you for brand deals and whatnot. And like, granted, everything that's been sent my way so far is nothing that I associate with. And, you know, I don't necessarily trust the brand because I haven't tried it. I did get one trial that I'm gonna film later, but you know, I just felt a little weird about like signing a brand deal to something like that I don't necessarily use and support myself. So what I ended up doing was I reached out to a couple brands that I do really like and I do use regularly to see if anyone would be interested in maybe sending me some products just to test. And the company that I ended up going with was a company called Apothekary. And I got like hooked on them by seeing this ad they had on Facebook where they were like mixing a supplement into hot cocoa and it's a calming ingredient. It'll help you go to sleep. And I'm like, I run it like 100% all day long. So like anything that's gonna calm me down at night, I'm like all for trying. So you can actually go back into my Instagram and see when I tried their stuff. It was, I think, over the summer. I'm gonna look it up. But I tried 2 products of theirs and they basically sell all natural supplements. I tried Mind Over Matter and I tried Chill the Bleep Out. And Mind Over Matter was one that's supposed to help with cognitive function and the Chill the Bleep Out was the anxiety one. Most of their products, if not all of their products, are mushroom based, and I have quite a bit of experience in terms of trying things that are mushroom based, either just straight up mushroom supplements like reishi or lion's mane, like things like that. But like I said, most of their products are specifically mushroom based. So that made me trust them a lot because it's not like the first ingredient is a mushroom, it's mushroom, one other thing like coconut cream to make it taste a little bit better, but there's no like xanthan gum and like pronounceable words. So that's one of the reasons I also really liked it. So when they said, yeah, sure, let's give it a try, I was like, all right, cool, I'm excited to try this. So what they ended up, since I had already like tried the calm down stuff and really liked it, and the stuff with the cognitive function and really liked it, they ended up giving me a beauty trio. So it's 3 different supplements that you can take throughout the day. And I'm gonna do a 2-week test trial to see how it affects my skin. So before we get into exactly what I'm gonna be taking, I wanna just talk about like, what do I use right now and what some of the variables are that might affect my skin, because we have to be honest, like everyone's skin is different. And I belong to a couple of chat groups about skin and, you know, very common issues like wrinkling around the eyes and things like that. Everyone has an answer for it, but it's like, yes, it might have worked for you, but not for everybody else. And I also have very, very fair skin. So wrinkles tend to like come out a lot more. So some of those variables are, first things first, and I know anyone in this age group is gonna agree with me. So of course, like everyone else in quarantine, I gained weight. I gained about 20 pounds, which is really, I don't like admitting that, but it's the truth. And then I kind of got my act together and started eating a little bit better and not having like wine in the house and like all that stuff. And I ended up losing 10 of that 20 pounds. So great, except for like the prize was like, hello, here's all your wrinkles, in case you forgot they were there, because you lose like fat in your face. And like, I love having a slimmer face, but at the same time, I'm gonna come a little bit closer to the screen. This, I do not care for this, and this, and this. Yeah, that's what bothers me probably the most about my face, is the eye bags, the eye wrinkles, all that stuff. A little bit in the forehead, if that was a little smoother, that'd be awesome. And then the secondary variable that I think is really important to mention is I have endometriosis. And if you're a woman, you probably know what endometriosis is. It's a gynecological condition, probably for March, which is Endometriosis Awareness March. I want to do a video on just my, my journey with endometriosis. I was diagnosed at 24 and I'm 35 now. So, you know, it's been a long road, but one of the big things with endometriosis is hormone fluctuations. So yeah, if I'm gonna come up close again, I'm sorry, you have to like look at my face up close. I've got like blemishes in here, a little in here, a little bit over here. This is a very hormonal area to break out in. So a lot of I've been to dermatologists like over and over being like, hey, I get this like chin acne and I cannot solve it. And I hate to say it, it's an inside solve. I can put like creams and whatever all over this, it's still gonna come back. It's all comes down to like how healthy my body is functioning on the inside, which is again, why I was more apt to try a supplement and something working from the inside versus like another cream to put on my face. Another, like I do use some drying lotion and whatnot. The other big area I break out, which I hate, and I have been trying to solve this for like 7 years, is I'm gonna pull my hair back. I break out in my neck, and that drives me nuts because like no one can see it. Like it doesn't, like no one really realizes it's there, but it's like who breaks out on their neck? But again, it's a hormonal thing. It goes with having endometriosis, and I do unfortunately break out along my chest sometimes. So those are things that I would really, 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 really love to see fixed. All right, so one of the other things that's not a facial skin issue that I would love to see improve, and a lot of women have this, I don't want to say I suffer from it because it's not like a painful condition, it's more just aesthetic, is something called KP, or otherwise known as chicken skin. And the real term for it is keratosis pilaris, and it's basically where like the dead skin follicles get caught in the follicle itself and you get bumps, and it looks kind of like chicken skin. And you get it like mostly on the backs of your arms, and you can get it on the sides of your thighs and on your calves. So for me, I don't have it on my arms, but I did notice over quarantine, like it started to really flare up on the sides of my thighs and on my calves. So I'll put in a picture of what it looked like when it was pretty bad. And I kept thinking like, what do I apply to this? What do I do to make this go away? And I finally kind of found a connection. I'm not 100% sure what it is yet, but the connection I found was it gets worse when I'm either A, drinking and having a lot of alcohol in my diet, or B, a lot of dairy. So I haven't quite narrowed down which it is yet, and it's a little better right now, but I'm curious to see if with these supplements it can kind of like really smooth my legs out. I think that would be like phenomenal. I think just in the end, I'd love to see like brighter, more moisturized skin. I think my skin's very dry. So I'm just hoping that it just kind of like brightens my face up a little bit. Now, I'm gonna show you the products I normally use just so you can incorporate those in the variables of this experiment. And it's not a lot. I use St. Ives Acne Control face wash, pretty cheap at the store. I use a vitamin C serum. And then I also, this is a new product. It's called Elta MD. It's supposed to be a tinted moisturizer sunscreen. Now, I don't think I'm gonna reorder this. I think this is drying my skin out because I've been using it probably for about a month now, and I've noticed my skin a lot drier. And I really want, like, I know we need to wear sunscreen. If you're not wearing sunscreen, wear some sunscreen. You need to wear sunscreen. I need a sunscreen moisturizer, preferably tinted because I don't wear foundation that doesn't dry my skin. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go do my makeup and like fix my hair. My curls are drying right now. And I'm gonna show you the products that I'm gonna be taste testing and testing for a full 2 weeks, and like how I plan to prepare them and whatnot. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. So here's the 3 products that I'm gonna be trying. The first one is called You Do You, and its main ingredients are hibiscus, collagen, cordyceps, organic chaga, and organic coconut. So for anyone who doesn't recognize cordyceps or chaga, those are both mushrooms and they're very good for you. Second one is called Better Than Botox, and the ingredients are camu camu, schisandra, and sea buckthorn. So I haven't tried this one before, I'm kind of excited. And then Glow Getter, And Glow Getter is organic reishi, which is mushroom, organic goji berry, hishu wu, organic maca. Maca is a really good supplement if you suffer from any kind of hormonal imbalance, just like I do for endo. Like I sometimes take just like straight maca in a smoothie. Organic ginger, which is good for your stomach, good for any kind of inflammation, and organic coconut. So all three of these, basically the directions are mix a teaspoon into a drink of your choice. This takes a little bit of experimentation, I'll be perfectly honest. When I first got the Mind Over Matter, and I did like a water shot. I basically took the teaspoon, mixed it with water, and went to like do a shooter. And I've tasted like full on mushroom supplements, and it's a strong taste. It is earthy, and you're like, it's a lot, especially if you've never tasted a mushroom supplement before. You're gonna be like, oh my God, like I cannot take this. So really suggest mixing this into a drink you like. Don't try to take it on its own. But with these three, like I would normally mix Mind Over Matter into my coffee or a tea. I'm gonna have to do a couple tests with these three, because especially this guy has the You Do You, has like a fruitier flavor to it. So I might try to mix it in more with like a green tea than like the French vanilla chai, which is what I usually do. So we'll give a couple tries and see how they come out. But you gotta be a little bit open-minded with these. I just wanna be honest. If you've never tried a mushroom-based supplement before, some of them can be very, very strong. The Chill the F Out, that one's delicious. That one I put in a French vanilla chai tea with like a splash of French vanilla creamer, the teaspoon of the Chill the F Out, stir it up, and that's like my nighttime drink. I love it, it's delish. So we're gonna videotape a couple different ways I'm going to try these out. Okay, so I'm going to do my first taste test with the Glow Getter. I'm going to do this with my normal like tea setup and just see how it tastes. So my normal tea setup is I really, really like Bigelow vanilla chai, and I do a splash of Coffee Mate French vanilla creamer and hot water, obviously, and we are going to put in 1 teaspoon of the Glow Getter. One of the things I actually really like about this company is they're a smaller company. They're just like getting their feet wet. And when I originally purchased some items from them, I did a review. Like they asked for your feedback, and when I do a review, I don't hold back. I don't like sugarcoat it, like this was great. No, I tell them the good and the bad. And the good was it's a really good product. Like what they have, their mixes are actually very good. What was bad was, one, the taste can be like kind of off-putting for someone who has not had any experience in a mushroom supplement before. And number 2 was the bottle. The bottle's adorable. I love the bottle, so cute. Small problem, can't get anything in it. This is a 1/4 teaspoon. So like how the heck am I supposed to get the product out? And it's sometimes, depending on what you get, it's a little clumpy, so you can't just like dump it. But what they did to solve that is they did design a spoon that now comes with your items, so you can get the proper amount into whatever you're gonna drink, which I find, I like that. I like that they listen to the customer and make an improvement or a change. So I'm gonna measure out 1 teaspoon into my tea. Oh no, man down, man down. I love this little spoon. I think they still have a little work to do because it's not a full, like this is like 1/10 of a teaspoon. So you have to do quite a bit of taking from the bottle to the actual measuring unit. And as you can see, I am not super graceful with things like that. So let's go ahead and, oh, look at that, spilled some more. Great, good job, mate. We're gonna do this. I just cleaned my counter, so we're good. There we go. All right, I got my vanilla chai. I got my little splash of creamer. And then we're gonna do our hot water. Now, another big thing with these products is, I know I saw a lot of comments about it being difficult to mix. So that's why I strongly recommend you put it into either a hot beverage or a smoothie that would be mixing it in for you. Because yes, like it's not just apothecary stuff. Any mushroom-based supplement is not going to mix well. Whichever one of the three that has the maca in it, I think it's this one. Like maca itself does not mix well. So, you know, you just kind of, that's one of the things that goes along with it. And I don't think it should be a detractor of Apothecary's product. It's just kind of how those supplements go, but it's, you know, price of admission a little bit. So I think we're looking good. Let's give this a little bit of a try. It's pretty good. What I'm gonna be honest about is straight off the bat, I taste the maca. Maca also has a very distinct taste. When I went to Peru, maca is a really like popular fruit in Peru. So I actually brought back like bags upon bags of maca powder. And then at the airport had like a freak out that they were gonna think they were drugs, but they obviously saw it as maca and know that, you know, Peruvians really eat a lot of maca and it's normal for an American to take bags of maca back to the United States. So that's the first thing I taste. It's like a nutty kind of taste. It's not bad. But again, if you've never tasted it before, it might take a little bit of getting used to. No, but otherwise I really like it. It's good. It doesn't by any means overpower the drink. I think it adds to it. It's honestly pretty good. So we'll maybe add this to the morning tea. I decided, because it's afternoon and I have a million things to do and I'm trying to like get my brain to focus a little bit here. I decided to do the like, you do you know, for like a dewy complexion. This one is the one with hibiscus in it. So it has a powerful flower taste up front. So this is the one that I put in coffee once before and it was disgusting. It was really, really bad. And I don't like to waste, so like dumping it down the sink, like, no, I don't like to do that, you know? It's not cheap and I'm also very, very blessed to be like still working right now and everything. So I don't like to waste food. So anyway, what I did do was just mix the teaspoon with a regular green tea. It is like, you can kind of see it, it's very red. It's very, very red, and green tea does not turn your tea that red. So I also tried this morning, I did the Better Than Botox in coffee. I do not recommend that. It was very bitter. And again, like I said, some of these are a little tough to mix. So like I got to the end of my coffee cup with like, the last sip had like most of this in it. And I'm like, well, you gotta do a shot, girl. Just throw it back. And yeah, it was bitter. So I gotta do a little work to see what works best for this guy. So let's do our little taste test here. That's a really interesting flavor. It's not what I'm used to for tea. I'm very used to like sweeter teas and like sweeter coffees, but it's really good. It's like really complex. And if you are a fan of deeper, like not sweet teas, I think you would really like this. It's got some really interesting complex flavors, especially with like the hibiscus up front, the green tea as the steeper, and then it's got that mushroom underlayer to it. So yeah, I knew that was gonna be better, was the hibiscus in a like less strong drink, if that makes sense. So cheers. I approve of this one. I just got out of the shower and it's like kind of a weird position to be filming in, but I did want to show you, it's been about 5 days into the experiment, and I know in the beginning I had said I wasn't really sure what was causing my KP, and now I am like 99.9% sure that it's alcohol. As you can see, this is a very mild case of KP. It usually gets very raised, but this is worse than it was a couple days ago. And I did drink during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and up to that point I hadn't had really anything to drink for a month except for one drink when I was out to dinner. So pretty much besides New Year's, I'm going to be cutting alcohol out again, and hopefully within a week or two that'll have calmed down quite a bit. Instead of making this a two-part video, I ended up getting quite a bit down the road with the Apothekary products and decided to just make it all into one video, since I was really shocked at only about 3 weeks in, I started to see a lot of improvement. And I really thought it would take like 2 months. I had planned to kind of like update this as I went, but at 3 weeks, I was already like, whoa, like my bags look a lot better, like my deep set wrinkles don't look as bad. So I decided let's bring things in and just kind of wrap it up here, because I'm really excited to give you guys the coupon code that Apothekary shared with me in case you want to try these items. Let's do a quick touch on what I felt the tastes were like after about 3 weeks of trying them. The Glow Getter, which was this guy that has the maca in it, I totally, like, this grew on me hardcore. It tastes kind of like that bready part of cookies, and it kind of like almost calms like my carb craving, because like, don't we all try to cut back on the carbs? I really started to like this one like a lot, and I'm gonna probably refill it when my bottle's done, which it almost is. The You Do You, which was the one that had like the flowery taste to it. I ended up putting this quite often in my green tea, not necessarily every day, but it does have like a flowery kind of tart flavor to it, and that again also kind of grows on you. Now, the better than Botox. I tried really hard to let this one grow on me, and it's a acquired taste. That's the best I can say. It's got a savory flavor to it, so I could see it almost going better in like a recipe of some kind than a drink. But what I ended up doing with this one was just doing the power shot, which is I mix it with like a quarter cup of water and like throw it back. And yeah, like I said, it's an acquired taste. So this one is kind of like, I liken it to broccoli. Like sometimes broccoli doesn't always taste good, but we eat it because we know it's good for us. So that's where I would put this guy. And just to mention again, like I think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I've also tried a couple of their different products. I really love their Chill to Bleep Out, which is this guy, and I'm out of it right now, but the Mind Over Matter. Those are my two favorites, and I'm gonna re-up on probably the Mind Over Matter, the Chill to Bleep Out, and the Glow Getter after this video with my own coupon code. Now let's get to the exciting part, which is the side-by-sides. And I think the side-by-sides really tell a lot. And I think that's one of the good things about trying these products for the skin treatment, because you can see visibly what the benefit of the product was, versus if you're trying the Mind Over Matter, that's kind of like you have to take my word for it that it helped my focus during the day. So you can see the side-by-side of my face up on the screen, and you know, super awkward to have a close-up of my face on a video. But anyway, you can definitely see that there's like an improvement in the deep wrinkles and the bags and the coloring of my skin. I did my absolute best to recreate the angle from the first picture, because I know like how I tip my face can definitely like improve or increase shadows and wrinkling on my face, but I really do think there's a huge improvement. And then now I'm gonna put up the side-by-side of my neck, where I said I had some like problematic breakouts, and you can see again, it's healed a lot. It looks a lot better. I think the color of my skin looks a little healthier too. And then lastly, I see a huge improvement in my KP, which I did say before I felt was flared up by alcohol. So that improvement could be from the fact that as of January 1st, we've cut alcohol from our house for dry January. So it could be from strictly the alcohol, but I really do think the three products like just improved the inflammation in my body, which of course then makes your skin look better. You know, like I said before, you can put topical creams on and all these things on the outside, but a lot of our skin health really comes from the inside and really just reducing inflammation in our body. And I think that's what these products do. And that's what makes my skin look a little pinker and a little bit healthier. And like, as I film this video, you know, I'll kind of do a close up. You can see I still got these little wrinkle guys here, but I think they're not as bad as they were 3 weeks ago, which is great. You know, nothing's gonna cure that except for Botox, which I don't really want to do because it's expensive and I don't want needles in my face. But the fact that it was improved a little bit just by taking a supplement that not only was helping my skin, but I'm sure it's helping the overall health of my body is a big deal to me. And I really do say, even though some of the tastes might be a little bit difficult on these products, I really do recommend that you give them a try. I know I looked on YouTube to see if there were other reviews, and there were some other YouTubers saying, you know, I didn't really feel like it worked for me, and I didn't feel like it did anything. And like, I think it's kind of to each your own, but for me, these really did actually like improve my skin, and my daily like feeling of my body felt a little bit better. So I'm excited that they worked well, that I can give them a really great review. Besides the fact that they're a lovely company, they're a smaller company, they listen to people's reviews. They were awesome to work with. I was kind of sending them pictures along the way. So they were just really, really awesome to work with. So let's get to the last exciting part. I'm gonna put up on the screen right now. They were nice enough to give me a coupon code for you guys to use, and it's Megan Grace DIY, and type that in at checkout and you get 20% off. And you'll get these great products to your door really quickly. It's a nice thing to do for yourself for self-care, and as we go into January, everyone's making these resolutions to be healthier, become more organized, lose weight, I definitely recommend stopping by their website. They've got a ton of great products. They have a whole part on their website where they give you recipe ideas, like from brownies to shakes to, you know, vegan bowls and all this great stuff. So that basically wraps it up. I give this product definitely like a double thumbs up. I really liked it. I'm gonna continue using it. I actually bought gift packages for my family for Christmas of these items, some of the calming ones and whatnot. And can't we all use a little extra bit of calm at this point in our life? If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified when there's new videos. I love like testing out products and just kind of, I mean, I think we all like to give our opinion, but I like telling you guys what I feel like worked and feel like didn't work, because there's a lot of different products out there. There's a lot of different ways to spend your money. And if you're gonna kind of take a jump on something, like I totally just saw this over and over again on my Facebook and was finally like, okay, let me give it a try. And I'm really glad I did, because I found a really great small company. And then lastly, I have a surprise coming at the end of January into February that I'm really excited to share. So until then, I will work on finishing up my dress video and probably one more video in there, and then the big surprise. So I'll see all you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.